Hello, lovely lobotomy, Mondo Weirdo here, answering your question about serial killers. There's a lot of them that have caught my attention over the years. The ones that everybody knows about, as far as Gacy, Ramirez, Bundy, those guys. So I won't even talk about them. I won't get into them. And there's a new one on the horizon. He was just recent, like a year or so ago. You'll be hearing more about him as years go by, I'm sure. I don't know his name, that's how new he is. But in Cleveland, he had like 10 or 11 bodies in his house. He choked them to death and had them in different stages of decomposition throughout the house. The stench from the house could be smelled from the street. That's going to be a movie of the week, believe it. But going way back in history, I'd say there's two serial killers that really catch my attention. One was a French soldier who fought alongside Joan of Arc. His name was Gilles de Rais. I'm probably not even pronouncing that right. It's a French name. Gillesderais. He killed children. He was a child killer. Apparently he would practice necrophilia with their bodies. He would behead them, do all sorts of sick stuff with them, satanic rites, black arts, black magic, that kind of stuff. And also there was Elizabeth Bathory, who was the Blood Countess. She would bathe in the blood of virgins and young women to keep her youth. And some people refer to her as Lady Dracula. Blood Countess is cool by me. I find that story fairly fascinating, in that I don't think she was ever convicted. I think she was charged with like 600 deaths. Some of her cohorts were convicted of like 60 to 80 of those deaths, and she was not so much convicted, but she was made to be imprisoned in the castle that she lived in. They bricked her up in like a few rooms of the castle, and that's where she stayed till she died. Jack the Ripper kind of catches my imagination, because I don't know if they ever found out who that guy was. And the Zodiac is also another fascinating one, in that I don't know if they ever found out who he was. There's a lot of speculation as to his identity, but I don't know if there's any sure result as to who he was, or what his identity was. But for me, as far as serial killers go, I like to go way back in history, and I'd say Gilles de Rais and Elizabeth Bathory. Charles Manson, I don't really consider him a serial killer, in that he's never killed anybody, but he got a lot of people to do his dirty work for him. And yes, he is a very charismatic and very intelligent person. Just like Jim Jones. Jim Jones got a lot of people to kill themselves just because he said it was a good idea, and to kill other people as well. So I guess if you find enough people to believe your hype, they will go along with it. Look at Heaven's Gate. Luckily they didn't kill anybody but themselves, but I'm sure if you would have said that it was necessary for them to do so, they would have done it. So don't sell yourself short, lovely lobotomy. You just might find some weak-minded people to follow your command. I would suggest not having them kill anybody. Make them get jobs, a paper route, and give you half their money.